2, 1, go!
Welcome, everybody. It's a Friday night, and guess what? We don't know what the fuck we're doing. We've been working in the background big time to bring up a new totals layout for this show and everything, and all kinds of different angles and whatnot. And we were confident we'd have it ready, and we just fucking missed it's kind of like when you get to the edge of the earth and you think you're going over the horizon, but you really fall off the edge and you wave at the turtle as you fall. That's what we did. So we do have a couple things that we're going to get into. We're going to look at Twitter because, I mean, what a fucking shit show is going on. Elon Musk was bragging today about how Twitter had its biggest day ever with the most tweets sent. But they're all lagging on you, dude. I mean, seriously, they're all like, Twitter is doomed. Elon's an idiot for wasting his money and blah, blah. But anyway, enough all that bullshit. I think DKG's got a couple of headlines that could make you giggle. We're going to hand it over to him.
Oh, hello, my little shillings in the chat there. How you doing, you little sweeties? You come here for a little bit, chew on some facts and some fun. Well, we'll see what we can do for you. But anyway, yeah, in the news this week, after being pelted by eggs from a protester last week, King Charles requested Parliament to grant alteration to the Regency Acts to allow brother Edward and sister Anne to stand in for the King when available for public duties. The King has since been seen wearing a false beard and a trench coat, mingling with the crowds, carrying a pack of Dutchy free-range eggs. A spokeshen for the Egg Marketing Board said, Also in the news this week, a Florida man announces that he's running for president, but with absolutely no interest the announcement generated, we have nothing else to report.
And
that's the news this week.
Yeah. I mean, where do you go? You've got Trump announcing his "I'm running for president again" thing. Meanwhile, I'm being investigated by a lead investigator from the Hague. I don't. Nick from In Time was telling the story today, but then he got taken off the air for 2 weeks because he was using NBC's content or something. Oh, it didn't end well. Poor Nick. Yeah. I hope he fights that one and wins. But you got Trump running for president again. The man who was basically chased from office and caused like almost a civil war. He's being investigated in the background. Then you got Mr. Musk, who dropped $44 billion on Twitter just because he couldn't keep his fucking mouth shut. And now all the advertisers are leaving, and he's going to end up bankrupting it just to save his own ass. Like, this is one of those weeks you can't fucking make up.
It's probably one of those sort of things he can just run the company into the ground and just write off $46 billion as a tax write-off.
Yeah.
No skin off his nose. No worries. He'll just keep going. I mean, Elon's done that so often. I mean, the man can hemorrhage the share value for Tesla with a drop of a tweet, and he just keeps going on. It doesn't seem to fluster him at all.
Well, he had a court-ordered Twitter sitter.
Twitter
sitter. And he broke the court order and no one said boo. But he had a court-ordered Twitter sitter.
Wow. Like the funniest thing most people don't realize about the whole Tesla automotive is during the first bunch of years, the only thing that kept Tesla alive was government rebates on electric vehicles. It's pretty funny, but
Well, even then, the rebates weren't that much, were they?
No, but he was getting he gets kicks from this and that and whatnot because of all the emissions and blah blah and putting up chargers and stuff. And that was basically the only thing that was keeping it afloat as it was. The amount of hot air he spews out, he's not really helping emissions very much. Yeah. When somebody can throw away $44 billion because they shut their mouth off, you know that excess in wealth is getting to be a bit much. I mean, that's not something you just find laying under the couch. Fuck.
Well, not my couch anyway.
Yeah. Not many. I mean, holy shit.
Hang on. I'll go and have a look. See if it's there. I'll just check. No. Oh, I found a lighter. That was helpful.
It can be. Absolutely. Oh, here, we got a super chat in. AK, I think it's Croatia. Is that short for Croatia there, 74? I've been meaning to ask you that, but $10 tossed in the hat. Big thanks, AK. Awesome. Were you as disgusted with that mega display on TV yesterday as I was? Who is Jim Jordan always yelling at? And how are these idiots still able to be in office with such shady pasts? It's a great question. What the hell?
Because they're fucking idiots, and you have a certain percentage of constituents that will vote for anything with an R next to its name. And for some, I think there was some guy who ran for Senate and won, who was talking about how effective the Berlin Wall was. I think it actually might have been Jim Jordan. I'm not sure.
Effective? Effective for what?
Yeah, he actually spent the 4th of July in Moscow. I know that. I'm serious.
Well, you just know the Berlin Wall's not in Moscow.
He's one of those Putin-loving idiots, actually.
Right. Well, the Great Wall of China didn't seem to do much help either, did it? So, walls all round. Sorry, Dick. We're distracting you from your emceeing. Hello? Is there anybody out there?
I think Dick is speechless that someone could spend the 4th of July in Ukraine and then talk about the Berlin Wall as a good thing and still get elected.
Yeah. No, I just had to reset the damn Stream Deck now, DK, again, because my mute button failed. I don't know what's going on right now, but nothing. No, it wasn't me, Ugly German Truce. That was Loki, but same deal. But I don't know what's going on today. Every app I open fails, and I haven't done a Windows 10 update. I literally just have fucking gremlins in here driving me crazy.
Oh, well. Anyway, what else?
Just don't pour water on it or feed it after midnight, Dick. I'll just make it worse.
So it's been a week of a lot of happenings. I don't know if anybody caught news or not, but there was a report. I read it of all places in fucking Wired magazine. But 2 stealth ships were caught near the bombing site of the pipeline without their transponders on, sneaking away right after the explosion.
I thought you were going to say without their trousers on. 2 stealth ships sneaking away. This was long after the explosion, I'm assuming. It was like recently.
Yeah. I didn't fully read the article because I was saving it for tomorrow. So, yeah, totally, Titan, he is. But Titan in the chat there said, Nick Suter giving you production tips. But I mean, that nails it. It doesn't matter who owned the ships. I mean, it's obvious sabotage now. It'll be interesting to find out where those ships came from. I'm so unprepared today because we were so close to getting the whole new sets and layouts done that I just don't have a lot of shit in my plate. This is just going to end up being a pub chat where we screw around. I don't really know what else to do.
I'm not prepared either. I mean, I've not long back from driving around London today, which was 5.5 hours of time I'm not going to get back. That was horrible. But yeah, what can I tell you? Well, London's still there. In the news this week, London is still there, and there is still traffic. So you get traffic report as well for free. How about that?
That's like the old TV show WKRP in Cincinnati. The news guy had a segment called Eyewitness Weather. And when explaining to a new guy that started there, well, what does that mean? Well, I look out the window and I witness the weather.
Oh, we've won weather as well. Today it is raining mostly.
Yeah.
And today it's dark.
Yeah, today it's sunny, raining, dark, cloudy, storming, snowing, and brutally hot. I just don't know where you live.
Tick one of the options.
Yeah, exactly. Look out your own fucking window, damn it.
Ah, dear.
Yeah, the turkey episode, AK. That's totally it, man. Remember Carlson, AK? I really thought turkeys could fly. Fuck, that was the funniest thing I'd ever seen on television. The guy took a shitload of turkeys up into a helicopter and then dropped them on the people in the parking lot of a shopping mall, thinking they would just fly down and people could grab a turkey for Christmas. And they were bombing cars and stuff, you know.
Yeah, they don't fly too well once they've been frozen and cellophane wrapped.
Yeah, no, these were live. Yeah, he thought giving away live turkeys to people was a good idea. That's the first joke, right? You know, here, Grandma, have a turkey. The fuck do I do with this flapping thing? You know.
And fun thing about farm-raised turkeys, they can't actually survive in the wild, and they die
really?
They actually only last a few months after Thanksgiving because they fatten them up so much.
Oh, that's funny. It makes sense, though. I mean, who here knows the birds quail? You know those little birds called quail?
Mm-hmm.
They are evolving into land birds as we speak right now. It's true. They live all over my little area where I live. And if you're driving along, let's say 80 kilometers an hour, and they're running along like little partridges crossing the street, they will not fly until you're about to kill them.
Well, that's a problem. That they've learned not to fly because they found out if they fly, people keep shooting at them. The German Luftwaffe during World War II used the same tactic. Ugly German truth will correct me on that one now. Oh, I'm in trouble. I don't do great for international relations with our friends.
Well, it depends on if you're joking or not, though, you know. I mean, you know,
who can ever tell with me?
Well, that's true.
Don't mention the war.
Yeah. Yeah, because then you sound like Jeremy Clarkson on Top Gear. Fuck. My God, so many war jokes on that show sometimes. It's funny. Well, the old show anyway. I haven't understood what DK was mumbling. Neither did I, you ugly German truth. You just laugh and nod and fucking wait for somebody else to talk.
Yeah, well, okay. I tell you what, I'll shut up then. Leave you to it. Get on with the show, Dick.
I thought that's what we were doing.
So I'm you now.
Yeah. Oh God, don't do that. I'm trying to remember. There was a story I read that. Well, what the hell? My YouTube chat is just freaking out. I swear to God, my computer is fucking possessed today. If I don't switch back to Mac soon, it's going to be the fucking end of me. I tell you. Oh my God. Where's M2M when you need a good argument?
He's busy watching the Artemis clock go by, waiting for the pictures from the moon.
Yeah, Matt was asking us today, you know, I see, that long stream I did worked well. I got some subscribers and stuff out of it. Like, how long can you stream at once on YouTube? Like, 12 hours or something? I was like, months, dude. They don't seem to care. You can just go savage.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the
forever.
The oldest live stream is a traffic cam that started streaming in like 2010. It's stupid.
2010?
Yeah.
What is the live stream of? Is it
just
like one of those camera views?
Yeah, it's just a traffic camera, just an intersection.
It's not like a cam girl getting really old as we watch.
Dear Lord. There's a YouTuber I watch, Hoovy's Garage, Tyler Hoover. He's a car guy. And he bought an old Porsche Turbo this week really cheap. And it came from Las Vegas, and it's got all this glitter in the paint job, like glitter that you would wear as makeup if you were a table dancer or something. And he got it super cheap because it's just horrific looking. And the whole episode, he was calling it stripper glitter. And oh my God, I got to rewatch the video because I missed half of what he said, giggling my ass off.
Stripper glitter.
Yeah, I've never heard of a paint job of a car referred to as stripper glitter before. I thought that was outrageously funny. Cool car, though. But, I won't go on to automotive talk anymore because I could do that all fucking day.
It's like we get those fucking Christmas cards that are covered in glitter and shit, but most of it's in the fucking envelope. So when you open the card, you just get this glitter fucking everywhere, and your carpet is sparkling for the next 3 months.
Yeah.
It's
You
a
can't get
fucking
rid of
mess.
it. Yeah, so it's bad for the environment. So stop it. Stop it, Christmas. Just stop it.
Speaking of which, last Christmas, I needed to get some new decorations. So Felix and I went to the store and we got some extra tinsel and stuff and whatnot. And I don't know if I bought the wrong kind or what it was, but it was flaking glitter. And it took until, I don't know, August to get it out of my house. It was everywhere. It was so bad. I'd go to check the mail and the neighbors would be like, "What's that glitter?" And I'd have some on my face 3 months later. Like, oh.
Yeah.
Very
You've been
herpes.
outstripping again, have you?
Yeah. Well, since my wife wanted to do it, I figured, well, what's the appeal? I should go try too. That's as close as doxing myself I'll come. Thank you.
I can just see you wrapping your legs around some pole and spinning around.
Pole?
But
I like Polish girls. What's her name?
I'll save that image for myself, though.
Oh, dear God. Okay, I'll turn the stream off for 5 seconds just so you can all clear your minds.
Distract them quick with a badger.
Yeah.
Christmas
have
is
any?
going to eat Halloween.
Shut up,
next
Meg.
year.
Nope. Sorry there, 401. I hit the button right as you were talking.
I was going to break the cycle. I was going to say Christmas is going to eat Halloween next year because I saw Christmas decorations up before Halloween this year.
Yeah, me too. Morons. There, let's put up the goat blowing lower third. I like that one.
I don't know. That falls within my prediction that eventually, within the next few decades, centuries, whatever, Christmas decorations will start going up January 1st.
Yeah.
In other words, all year fucking round, non-Christmas, nonstop. Give me all your money.
Yep.
Yeah, not in my fucking house it won't. But there was a guy in the UK who I think he actually changed his name by default to Mr. Christmas, and he had Christmas every day in his house. So every day was Christmas dinner.
Cool.
It was all year round. It was Christmas.
He must have
Well,
got properly plump.
Yeah. I don't know.
Imagine if you were to eat a big, huge Christmas dinner every fucking night. I'd be calling the contractors, construction people to come and widen my doorways, man. Jesus.
Now, talking of which, in the news recently, there was a guy who on social media, I can't remember which platform he was doing it, but he was eating a rotisserie chicken every day, and that was it. He was just eating a chicken every day. And on the 40th day, he basically put a tweet or whatever kind of message he put out to whatever community it was for everyone to come and watch him eat chicken. And so a whole bunch of people came to this event where he was going to say, don't interact with me, don't talk to me. You're just here to sit and watch me eat chicken. And he ate a chicken. And
seriously,
and it went viral. And
it's called mukbang.
He ate a chicken. It's what?
Wow.
It's
called
called
what?
mukbanging. It's actually a South Korean word, loosely translated, stuff your face.
Wow. I mean, eating only chicken for like 40 or 50 days, I can imagine your balloon knot loves you.
He said he's never going to eat chicken again.
Dear Lord.
Chicken,
he's going
if cooked
vegetarian.
right, is relatively low in calories compared to other meat. But if you just use oil, it's probably not good.
Cooking with
Well, I know-
401. There you go.
I know of a food trend that won't go viral. Apparently, there are fresh pizza vending machines in Rome now.
Dude, they're in the UK too. A auto YouTuber that I watched just went and got one, and it was soggy, and oh dear Lord, it looked worse than what you get as a frozen pizza. But that's what it is, right? It's just a quickly cooked frozen pizza.
I mean, how good can it possibly be? I mean, seriously.
Do they just skip the styrofoam cup and pour the coffee right on the pizza too?
What do you think they make the pizza out of?
yeah, the styrofoam.
Yeah.
Can you imagine, though? I mean, if I was driving along and I was like, hey, look, there's a seedy gas station and a pizza vending machine. Yeah, there's got to be a fucking Denny's or something a couple of mile up. Let's keep going. Oh, come on.
Yeah. You got to be fucking desperate.
So what we have for sale is, well, we got the pizza vending machine out front and this week-old hot dog that's been rolling in the cooker. Which would you like, sir? I'll take the dog. Yeah.
Yeah. If the hot dog comes with a penicillin, no, I don't even care. Just give me the hot dog.
Yeah. I've got some tinned pizza on the boil. I'm all right.
Oh,
boil in the bag pizza.
That reminds me of the old movie The Jerk. No, this is the best pizza in a cup I've ever had.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
The best pizza is actually cooked in a wood-fired oven, and you need to have it swimming in cheese and whatever toppings you want. I'm
Pineapple.
sorry.
Barman has
If you like pineapple, then go right ahead. I've never tried it, so I can't judge it.
Well, you don't. Here's the thing. People that don't understand it, you can't just say, does pineapple belong on pizza? Because if it's like pepperoni, anchovies, green peppers, or whatever kind of pizza, no, that would be awful. But the reason pineapple goes on pizza is because it goes with a ham pizza. And, ham and pineapple, like a luau and whatnot, pineapple and ham go together. So they go together on the pizza. But only on certain pizzas. You don't have, taco pizza and put fucking pineapple on it. By the way, taco pizza, that's a stupid idea. It's not a taco if it's not in a taco.
Well, it's a flat taco. It's taco
No,
yeah.
It's a mess of
a burrito.
It's a mess of Mexican ingredients spread onto some dough. That's all it is. The pineapple on pizza thing. Of course I do, Titan. I'm Canadian. We invented it. What are you thinking?
It still pisses me off that the pineapple and ham pizza is quite often referred to as a Hawaiian pizza.
Yeah, but it's Hawaiian.
There's nothing Hawaiian about it.
Well, the reason they say it, though, again, is the connection to the luau. That's why I brought it up, because, pineapple ham, pineapple pig, right?
Well, pineapples are not indigenous to Hawaii.
Yeah, but that's where most of the pineapples that Dole grows actually come from, Hawaii. They have huge pineapple farms there, regardless of the fact it's not indigenous. There's a lot of pineapples there.
No, but the dude who named it the Hawaiian pizza did so because of the luau. That's where it comes from. as far as I know. I could be totally wrong and just repeating bullshit that I read on Twitter.
Yeah, it's famous. It's famous, and in Hawaii, well, I wouldn't eat anything that was cooked that way, but a lot of people seem to like it.
Yeah, I like it. Felix and I get a Hawaiian pizza every 4 or 5 pizzas that we order. You know,
have you seen the video of sorry, I was just gonna say, have you seen the video of the girl talking about, she's ordering a pizza and she says, "Oh, I want them, I want a medium pizza, but can they cut it into 10 slices because I couldn't eat 12. I can't eat 12 slices." It's fucking brilliant. It's fucking brilliant. The guy's trying to explain to her, it doesn't matter how many slices it is. It's still the same size. No, but I can't eat 12 slices.
There's a word that describes that person really well. Dipshit. That's funny.
Yes.
Titan Uranus says, in Hawaii, they love Spam. So ashamed. I don't get Spam. Like, how does any human being pull that gelatinous fucking mess out of a can and go, yeah? How?
They're masochists and they enjoy eating the same kind of crap that our fighting men complained about. For some reason, the GIs complained about Spam, hated it, and now people torture themselves with it.
Oh, I don't see what the problem is. I can't get enough Spam. I love Spam, me. I love Spam, egg and chips and Spam.
How did I know that was coming?
Do you get it with a side of Spam?
Yeah. I'll take the spam with Spam and a side of Spam.
Well, it's a little bit spammy.
Johan, I'd probably pick Soylent Green over Spam. I probably would.
Soylent Green is made of flurps. Yummy.
How many flurps does it take to pave a driveway?
No,
2 or 3. Thanks. Well done. Holy fuck.
Go on, finish it off. Go on, do it.
No, you make up your own ending now, bitch.
Sorry, timing was bad. Awfully sorry. Your dancing toes have been stepped on by a big oaf.
Yeah. The punchline is 2 or 3 if you slice them thin enough.
What was the main part of the joke? Oh, never mind. Yeah, carry on.
Here, I have a mute button, don't I? Okay, keep going, DK. Tell us a story.
Well, once upon a time... Sorry, you just interrupt me. Go on.
So, yeah, Spam filters. So let's see here. The world is going to shit in a handbag. Everybody's absolutely screwing up as much as they can, as fast as they can. And us lowly people on the bottom are just sitting here to watch it all. Did I get that all right? Is that about correct?
Yep. The retarded Cheeto is back.
I think a really good thing for society though would be to, maybe like take Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and just park them for 30 days and see how you feel at the end of it. I think you'll all be better off.
I got to get my fix, man. I got to get my fix.
It's damn close. I had this one neighbor a little while ago and she'd be hanging out with me or whatever. And, she'd be like on her phone doing her thing. And I'd be like, what you up to there? Oh, I was just making a post on Instagram or whatever. Right. And her post would be like her posing and, saying like, oh, I feel sad today. Or, one of those irrelevant things that nobody should ever have to fucking see. And then she would literally sit on her phone for an hour watching the replies come in and whatnot, like waiting for them and refreshing and stuff. And I just sitting there watching it like, dear God, there's got to be something better you could be doing with yourself, waiting for the approval of people that you don't even know as if it's important. That just can't be good for their self-esteem,
Says the man who's checking YouTube analytics as we speak.
No, I'm not. I've given up on YouTube analytics lately. I had it open 5 minutes ago, and one concurrent viewer number was completely different than the other one on the same page. I mean, they can't even get their shit right now. The back end of YouTube is a fucking mess. I haven't gotten a pop-up alert for the Shills going live in about 30 days now. I get the alerts after we're done when it goes up as an uploaded video after. YouTube won't even notify me. It's kind of my place. What do you do? I'm here every show, and you don't bother to let me know? It doesn't make sense.
The funny thing about what you're saying, though, about people being on their phones, constantly checking their social medias, it's amazing how fast that's taken over the world. Because 10 years ago, there was barely nothing there. No one had smartphones, and you only had the people with smartphones, who are out, making pretend phone calls just so everybody knew they had a smartphone.
Yeah.
I'm talking on my smartphone. Yes, it's very, very smart. But it's happened so fast. It's like a disease that's taken over the planet.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's all people think that what they're doing is interacting and socializing, but they're looking for validation and stuff, to be truly honest. It's kind of strange.
I mean, there's a fantastic photograph somewhere on the interwebs of a bunch of school kids, and they're all in an art. There's a huge crowd of them. They're all in an art gallery, and they're all sitting in the center on their phones, looking at their phone screens. They're in a fucking art gallery. That's going to be the art gallery of the future. It will just be like text messages pinned to walls or something.
Yeah. I've got a wicked picture in my collection. I use it now and then for a joke. And there's a guy standing at this beautiful mountain view with the little billboard thing there that tells you about why you're standing there looking at it. And he's taking a picture of the board instead of the goddamn mountain scene behind him.
What it fits into the widescreen format of my phone. What are you talking about?
It's funny. Or once I saw a great one. There was a picture from back of people at the Eiffel Tower, and it's just a whole bunch of people leaning with their arms in the air. But unless you're at the right angle, they just look like a bunch of idiots, right? It was really funny. But that's another thing. Like, I remember when I was young, if I went to a hockey game and I had a camera on me or something or blah, blah, I'd be, taking pictures of the action or whatever. Nowadays, everybody wants a selfie of the fact that you were there. Well, you took the picture. Of course you're there. Why do you want to see your face in every one of your tourist photos? Don't you want to see the things?
Well, the funny thing is, people go to Pisa and do the fake picture of them like holding the tower up. You can probably now get that as an app. So you don't even have to fucking go there. It's just built in as a filter, overlay or something.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen. It's just everybody's tourist photographs are just going to be a plug-in filter, so you don't actually have to fucking go.
Yeah. There's a funny guy too. He was on Instagram or one of those platforms for a bunch of years, but he's on YouTube now, and he does cool pictures of like cars with lightning and driving down the road at night and all this kind of thing, like beautiful photography. He finally let the cat out of the bag. He's been using dinky cars and fucking whatnot on little treadmills with sets and whatnot, spraying water from above and taking pictures, man.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Totally. I think it's great. A lot easier, I bet, than actually having to go and rent all the cars and do it.
Well, there is a photographer. Don't ask me for his name, but he does these photographs of old time America, and they are just done with models. And
wow!
They are absolutely fucking superb. But but yeah, they look absolutely real. I mean, that's what we used to do. That was my job before I was doing digital visual effects, was model and miniature work. And so a lot of that stuff we did. There's a lot of stuff in the movies you see that I've worked on, which are just
damn right,
completely fake.
Yeah. I still notice it myself when I watch like Star Wars versus something new. You know, there's times when I get a better depth and feel for the moment because it's the models, because there really is depth in, you know, there are times I really wish that a lot of these guys would go back to practical effects a bit more. Not always, because I mean, of course, you know.
Well, I don't know if you remember, did you ever see the Da Vinci Code?
Oh yeah.
Well, you know, there's that chapel, which is, you know, sort of like
Roslyn Chapel.
Roslyn Chapel, that's the name of it. Oh, yeah, I was going to say, don't ask me the name of it, but you got it, Roslyn Chapel. Well, at the time of filming, when they went there, Roslyn Chapel's been having this weird problem because somebody painted the inside of it with some weird fucking paint, and it's retaining moisture, so the whole chapel is like crumbling from the inside out. So when they went to shoot there, the whole thing was just like wrapped in scaffolding and you know, so you couldn't see it. So in the film, basically what you're seeing there is a model of Roslyn Chapel. We built a model of it and put that in instead, and nobody knew the difference. And I was sat there talking to Ron Howard about it because he came round for a visit, and I was doing this shot with this model of Roslyn Chapel. It's this thing, and you know, it's kind of funny because you know you're going to have all these tourists watch the film, flock to Roslyn Chapel to go and see this amazing structure, only to find it's all wrapped up in fucking cling film, and we sold the lie to them.
That's funny.
Ron Howard kind of gave me a funny look and went, "Okay, next guy." Not talking to you anymore. You're fucking crazy.
Yeah. He's too into this. Put him on the B team. All right. Here's the...
Oh, funny.
I miss practical effects.
Me too.
Things like you know the old Godzilla movies where it was a toy boat in a bathtub for the big waves and stuff. I mean, come on, those were great.
Well, here's the problem. Here's the problem, Loki, is it's got to the point now where we're really fucking good at it. And the problem is now is you don't see those kind of like practical effects in the same way as you used to, because now they're fucking invisible. There was loads of stuff we did for Monuments Men as well, where they're in these like ruined town. They're all shot against green screen, and we put the town behind them. It's, again, models. And the shots are completely invisible. There's no way anybody can tell that they're sitting in a fake environment. So that's the problem. We are doing all these practical effects. It just got too damn fucking good at it. Yeah, we're not doing like rubber monster suits or anything like that. You know, that's out the door now. But yeah, buildings and environments. Yeah, we're really good at that now. And I will give a big shout out to my old buddies, Mats and Miniatures, visual effects. Yay, go Mats and Miniatures, because they are top dogs at it, and they were great to work for.
Well, you're totally right though. The miniature work and having it blended in through green screen and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, there's been times where I've gone, is that real or not? Hold on, let me research this to see if that was real or not. It was like, wow. That was actually a model. They were never there. Holy crap! This is amazing.
And the best thing you always do, if anybody's wanting to do any model work, always shoot it in natural daylight, because that's what makes the model look real. As soon as you start trying to film a model on a stage with artificial lights, it looks shit. It's all right for TIE fighters and spaceships and things like that. But if you're doing like buildings, you basically just take it out into the natural light and, if possible, shoot it all in camera in one single shot, which is possible. But yeah, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, like in Holy Grail. It's only a model.
Exactly. That was a model and shot in natural light, and it looked brilliant.
Well, the first time I saw that movie, it's only a model, I didn't get the joke. I was so young. I was just like, what? You know, and it wasn't until later I was like, oh yeah. So it's like Star Wars. They just built a little thingy. It's funny though. Oh, we got a blending of shit on the screen there. There we go. I don't know what happened there. Something broke, of course. What are you gonna do? We won't give out any spoilers, but here, a quick funny story. I don't know if I told this or not. I might have. I'm getting to that age now where I can tell a story 3 times before I remember I fucking spoke. But I watched the first Enola Holmes movie. Really enjoyed it, right? I thought the actress was really good. Didn't know her name at the time. Didn't care. Then, I don't know, like 6 months ago or whatever, I decided to finally watch that Stranger Things show. And once again, like the actress, didn't care who she was. Didn't put it together. And then only when Enola Holmes 2 was coming out and I read a little bit of the press stuff about like her and Henry Cavill were blah, blah, blahing to promote the movie, did I realize that she's the Stranger Things girl. It never even crossed my mind. But I don't pay attention that much either. But blah, blah, blah. The Enola Holmes movies, if you haven't watched them, are fucking amazing and totally worth a watch. Totally good. I had a great time watching both of them. She continuously breaks the fourth wall in a way that's not jarring. It's kind of weird.
Well, there's a problem with that because I've heard stories about her on set where she's been, doing this thing. She's trying to do acting and she's looking at the monitor and she's going, "Wait a minute, is that fucking Dick Dawson watching me?" And it just breaks her character, and she has to go. Yeah, the fourth wall is broken, so it's your fault, Dick.
Well, I sent her a headshot to try to get a gig once, and she flipped out about dick pics and sent the cops over to my house. It was a fucking awkward situation. The practical effects we were talking about there. Ugly German Truth just brought up Star Trek. And funny thing about Star Trek is how much of the old set they reused for the next generation, like flipping the transporter things upside down and whatnot. DK, I'm sure you know some of those stories, right? They did pretty good that way. There was a few other things they reused in some silly ways too. I can't fucking remember what they did. But the first season of TNG. Oh my God. Do you ever see that documentary where what's his name? I think it was Berman was talking and he was like, yeah, poor Deanna Sirtis. We had her dressed up like some intergalactic cheerleader on the first season. I thought that was awesome. Oh, that was funny as hell.
I think her job as the ship's counselor was so ridiculously stupid as well. It's like, what are they thinking? I sense fear and anger. Well, you've just been shouting at each other over the
I know.
For 5 minutes. It's like, brilliant work, counselor. Sit down and shut up and get your pom-poms out.
Every time she opens her mouth, you expect her to pull Sigourney Weaver's line. Look, I have one job on this ship. It's stupid, but I'm going to do it.
And then they let her drive the ship, and then she crashes it.
Yeah.
Oh, what were you doing?
Why of all people would the ship's counselor be sitting on the bridge? It makes no sense to anyone.
No, it's just she's got a contract with us, so we got to use her up somehow.
Exactly.
What's that one woman that keeps hanging around set? Doesn't say a lot. We'll put her in something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that coffee girl. She's got good cleavage. Get her over here.
No, if you're talking that or to Pole from Enterprise. Oh,
her acting.
She was a hottie.
But her acting career sank. Like the ratings to that show.
I saw her in something else. I was thinking, oh, who's that girl? She's gorgeous. Can't think who she is. Oh, wait a minute. I know who she is now. Yeah, but all these people just end up doing like the rounds of the Sci-Fi Channel shows. They never really go anywhere.
Yeah.
Afterwards. Not really.
I hear for the next season of Picard, even Kate Mulgrew's getting drug out of mothballs for it.
I'm not too sure she's been dragged out for Picard.
Oh, no?
Because she has got her own show now.
What?
Which show is that? It's
Did they
Star
not
Trek.
learn the first time?
No, it's it's an animated series.
Oh, that's good because I don't watch animated sci-fi shows, so that doesn't bother me then.
There you go. You're all right then. You're fine.
I watched the first 3 minutes of Lower Decks and couldn't turn it off my TV fast enough. My God, that is awful. Controversial opinion.
I can't remember which character
I never
it is.
saw it.
There was a character in Picard in the new season where they are actually starting to think about talks about doing a spin-off series with them. I can't remember which one it was. I don't think it was Worf because Worf always wanted his own show and that never happened. But there's somebody, I can't remember who it was they were talking about. But anyway, carry on.
Yeah.
Sorry, Commander. You had your
I was
flicker
just
up.
saying I never actually saw it.
Don't save your eyeballs.
Yeah. Oh, Ugly German Truth says, weird, Dawson. I think it's the better Orville. No. The Orville is the Star Trek we asked for.
No, I don't
Discovery
like
is the one we were given. Or what?
I don't like the Orville that much.
I do. I think it's great.
I don't know why. I just feel like I think it just has a bad taste in my mouth. Like, it just feels like it's.
It sounds to me like you didn't get past the first bunch of episodes that were just too comedic.
Yeah, you're right there. I didn't get past those.
Yeah, because in the second and third seasons, the show properly goes to being a real sci-fi show with just a tiny bit of humor here and there.
Yeah.
And they fixed that. They did, because I was at the point where I was like, oh, I'm not sure I can do this.
Oh, yeah, don't get me wrong. I know a lot of people who rave about it. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everyone to their own. Anyway, let's face it. I mean,
well, yeah. There's no right or wrong when it comes to this stuff, right? Just conversation.
No, except when I'm talking and then I'm right and everyone else is wrong.
I would have said that the other way around, but yeah, sure.
Yeah, but even Dawson, even sometimes you're wrong.
I'm wrong all the time. I just don't fucking admit it in public, man.
Hey, look, we've both been married. We're always wrong. And we're going to be wrong forever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway, by the way, just news in, local news. We just found out there's an unexploded bomb discovered just down the road from us.
No way.
In the posh housing estate, Burwood Park. And there's an unexploded bomb has been found.
Wow.
Wow.
So I'm going to go over there with my baseball bat, see if I can make it go off.
Yeah, throw it from a mile away and hit it.
Mike, why won't it go off?
Now, I don't know if this is true or not. Maybe somebody can fill in the blanks, but would it not tend to be reasonable to assume that a shell or an explosive that old would be that much more unstable than it might have been when it was built?
Well, I don't know. I think President Putin has been putting a request to purchase it. Yeah, we'll take it.
And a plane to drop it with, please. Oh, it's funny. You know what? We could probably make ourselves a small fortune if we were to just go around buying up old broken drones and then, polishing them up and offering them up on like a Russian eBay site, fully working, can carry like 14 pounds of plastique, $300. No worries. You're good.
Yeah. Comes with 3 elastic bands.
Yeah.
Wind up propeller.
Yeah, and we'll include 2 extra sticks of balsa wood in case you need to fix it.
Listen, a couple model rockets with some firecrackers in them. Yeah, we'd get rich. Ooh.
Totally. Ugly German Truth says, why Russian eBay? Just offer on Alibaba. That's the one I was trying to get out of my mouth and I stumbled, so I just had to say something. That's what I meant, though. it's I've been wondering in the last 24 hours, is Elon doing this whole Twitter thing just to give the world something to laugh at while there's a war in Ukraine and stuff going on and protests in Iran? Like, is maybe he just the secret good guy and he's just throwing 44 billion down the drain just so the world can, focus on something else for a week?
Well, to be fair,
Probably not.
go on, Commander.
No, say what you were going to say.
Oh, mine was probably less funny than yours. No, I was just gonna say that well, Elon could do that. I've been picking up some video footage for Elon for a very very special secret thing I'm going to be doing. But he could just put a video out of him dancing. That makes the world laugh for a few hours.
Elon got his feelings hurt. So he said, I'm going to buy Twitter. And then he decided, since someone hurt his feelings, he was going to step his hat in the political arena to try to stick his fingers in the eye of the person who told him off on Twitter. And now he's going to lose hundreds of billions of dollars probably because of this.
Now, Commander, don't talking about Elon having his feelings hurt, don't you remember when NASA made him cry? He should have just bought NASA instead.
That's funny. Can you imagine if he had bought NASA? Every flat earther in the world would hate him forever, and he would have had a great time with it. That would have actually been funny, right? Because unlike the stoic people that run NASA, he would come out with cheap shots at them. He totally would.
No, and we'll probably be on the moon by now, and Mars.
That's true. Yeah, but it would be dead bodies, but still we'd be there.
Yeah. That is true. He was showing off Starship and talking about using solar panels for energy out at Saturn. Inverse square law.
Yeah, eh? I thought somebody told me recently that he was talking about, being able to, start plans for a long-term goal of terraforming Mars. Why? It has no magnetic field. As you create atmosphere and stuff, it's just gonna blow away. I don't get it.
I'll just make more. It would take a long time. It won't just go instantly. So there is potential, and there is actually talk about creating a magnetic field on Mars.
You'd have to.
There's some weird shit talk going out there. Potential is still a possibility.
Fuck!
I don't
my doorbell. Sorry, I'll be real quick.
Volatiles on Mars. Of course, that could have been an old estimate, but I saw something put out where there would not be enough volatiles on Mars to get the atmospheric pressure high enough to keep water liquid for very long, anyway.
Well, there was also the thought of just chucking asteroids from the asteroid belt at it, and bombard it with enough water coming from the asteroids.
Yeah,
where all the
They'd
water
have
is.
to be water rich, and you'd probably be better off bombarding it with comets, because then you get gases and water.
Well, there was a meteorite in Britain recently, and
I know they found a lot of water at the equator.
11% water in the meteor. Or the fragment of the meteor was like 11% water.
Commander, you're talking about the meteor that hit Mars and fucking showed ice underneath it, right?
Right.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about a meteor that was collected on Earth.
Yeah.
I know the water hides in salt inside the meteor.
It's amazing how much, the word organic is almost wrong now, because the amino acids and everything are just floating around in space all over the place, right? It's kind of funny. But It's amazing to think that we know all this now. How long do you have to go back? Not very far, to the point where nobody would have thought that anything could be remotely close to alive in the solar system if it wasn't on Earth. You know, it's fucking crazy. It's cool.
And
Moist meteor.
can you imagine? I don't think we're going to find intelligent life out there because it sure as heck is rare as hen's teeth here.
Yeah.
But can you imagine when we find some sort of like pond scum or something like that, or
Yep.
maybe little fish inside Europa? People's
Yep.
heads will explode.
Oh, yeah. You know, all we need to find is cyanobacteria or blue-green algae, man, you know?
Yeah, but you know what will happen? If you find little fish swimming around in Europa, the first thing the astronauts will say is, I wonder what they taste like.
Totally. Hey, wouldn't you have a meal? It's like, I'm going to have this reheated oatmeal, or I can catch that fucking thing.
Yeah. Who needs anchovies? Space anchovies.
There you go. You know, speaking though of like Europa and stuff, fuck, I hope I'm alive to see a probe get under the ice.
Actually, I know how it
Fucking-
could be done. I know how it could be done. You just told Gordon's that there is fish there. I'll send a probe out there real quick.
Yeah. Send Captain Highliner.
Well, we might run out of fish here if all the oceans turn to jellyfish. That's becoming a big problem. As they heat up, you get jellyfish blooms. The jellyfish kill all the fish, and all you're left with is jellyfish.
Yeah.
So peanut butter jellyfish sandwich. That's not that much of a difference.
They do seem to like eating them in Japan. I mean, all I can think of is blech. But yeah, but Japan, you know, they eat all kinds of weird shit over there.
Yeah. Definitely. My dad would go to Japan and China and a few places on business trips. And he had one of those bird nest soups where the guys go up into that cave and grab the bird's nest and literally use the nest itself, shit and all and everything, to make fucking soup. And it's like expensive and cool. You gotta be
It's
shitting
made
me,
out
man.
of the. It's made out of the solidified spit of a bird.
Yeah. It's disgusting. Or they have this other one, I think it's called 90-day-old eggs, and they just take an egg and bury it for 90 days. Dig it back up. Here you go. No, I'm just not doing that. I'm just not. That's archaeology, dude. It's just not dinner.
You know, I would swear if you did that, you'd probably get some sort of wicked food poisoning.
Oh. But I think is it Sweden or Iceland? They have this thing where they take this fish and they wrap
And
it
they
and bury it.
ferment it in the ground.
Yeah.
It's the alcohol that actually makes it not kill you. But
Yeah.
my God, I was told, I've never smelled it, but I was told, well, at least for someone who's culturally not accustomed to it, it probably smells awful.
Oh, they did it on one of the car shows I watch. It was like, I don't know, Top Gear or some shit. But they had to open a tin of that in the car and then try to take a bite. And one guy opened the tin and ran from the car. One guy opened the tin and almost started hurling, but tried to make an effort. But as he was bringing it to his mouth, he couldn't do it. The other guy took a bite, launched out of the car, and just started dry heaving. It was just too much for everyone. Sure, strong.
It sounds like something people ate only because they had to.
But now that it's a delicacy, like, I don't know. And then
Well,
what was
take
it?
caviar, right? Caviar used to be a poor man's food, but then
same
they
with
woke
lobster.
up and yep.
Same with lobster, for sure. I got family who fish lobster. I go out to the Maritimes for vacation, and if I go during fishing season, I get fresh lobster every day. It's unbelievable.
I've never had lobster. It's really annoying because I would love to have a really nice lobster.
Philistine. Oh, you got to try it, dude.
I know. I'd love to. We tried to when we went on holiday, but all the restaurants were shut. But yeah, no one did.
But don't make the tourist mistake. You don't smother it in garlic butter, because then you're just eating a neat textured meat with garlic butter taste. Eat the damn lobster.
Yeah.
Don't ruin it.
I wouldn't want it ruined.
I hate how Americans and Canadians do that. You go and spend big money on a lobster and douse it in garlic butter. You put that shit on bread, you idiot. You know? I don't get it, but you know, I'm kind of cranky that way. I need a refreshment. Give me 1 sec, DK. 30 seconds here.
Well, it's my show now.
Well, we're screwed.
Right?
Now, I get his point about the whole butter and stuff like that. I mean, well, I season food, but it's really not much more than pepper, salt, and that's kind of pretty much it 99% of the time.
Well, it's like steak as well. I mean, a nicely cooked steak is perfect as it is.
Oh, yeah.
Why drown it in pepper sauce and God knows what? Just does not appeal to me whatsoever.
Yeah, because beef, au jus, that's basically liquid steak. So, hey, you're good there. But yeah, the whole A1 steak sauce and all that stuff. No, you put that on meat that you really don't want.
Exactly. Exactly. I remember when I was young, we'd be on vacation and stuff. We'd be going through the States and, you know, we'd stop at steakhouses and everything. And the first thing my dad taught me when I was growing from like, you know, grilled cheese sandwiches into proper food was you don't put that shit on good food. That's what you do to shitty food. And nowadays, something like A1, I mean, I can barely even put it on a hamburger, man.
Well, I mean, that's kind of like what curries are all about. Curries are, you know, with all the sauces that they use in curries, that's really good for hiding rancid meat.
Yeah, exactly it.
Although when I go to my local curry house, I don't particularly ask for the rancid meat option. I'd like the fresh meat option, please.
Okay, here, let's get this one out of the way. I've been meaning to ask this so many times, and I always fucking slip and forget, but I have been watching British TV all my life. The saying, go for a curry, has been in, like, it's almost something I would say, except you can't just be going for a curry. What else is in the food? Like, what is it?
Well, is that a serious question?
Yes, I have no idea what's in it, because there's got to be more than just curry. It's not just a bowl of powder.
Well, no, that's the spices that go into making the curry, but it'll be onion, tomato, and so you have you're building up a gravy sort of thing, basically, with all the spices and like I say, onion, garlic, ginger, and you know, all the different various spices go into it. That makes the sauce, and then the meat goes into that sauce to basically come out with a curry. And
that's what it is.
And then you'll have it with rice, potentially some kind of leavened bread, like. But yeah, I mean that's.
So it's not.
When he basically just saying I'm going for a curry, you're just generalizing. I'm going to have a meal with all this lovely Indian food.
Okay, so it's not, when somebody says go for a curry, it's not a specific little styrofoam dish that has fucking noodles or blah, blah. Like, to me, it sounds like you're talking about ramen fucking noodles or something. I've always wondered, what the hell's in it? So it's like meat and goo, and then you could pour it on a plate of rice and then have an actual meal out of it.
So it's general, isn't it? Because you can put all sorts of things in a curry.
Hello, cheeky Charlie's nipping in the background there.
Snuck in.
Don't you have a 365-day live stream to run?
That's exactly what I'm doing at this precise moment. It's still running.
Hey, don't come here telling us you're doing a live stream. Everyone will fuck off.
Well, not if it's here. Actually, yeah, they would.
M2M, go there right now, doing 24. No, I'm only joking. No, don't go.
Yeah, go there right now and unsub.
Even if you're not subbed, go there and make sure you hit the unsub button.
Exactly.
And switch off the notifications.
You're going to undo all the subs I've got in the last few days. Don't do that, please.
No, go over to M2M and report them for pornography or something annoying.
Oh, there's a story. There's a story there. There was an astronomer in Britain who posted on Twitter, I think it was, with an intimate encounter, and basically she filmed like a shooting star or a meteor shower or something, and put it on Twitter as a intimate encounter, and immediately got blocked for pornography.
Well, because she used the word intimate encounter.
Exactly. Yeah.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. They didn't even check it. It was a picture of a shooting star. She got blocked.
Well, there was some dude. It was a photographer was filming the SLS launch apparently, and he posted it on Twitter, and immediately got blocked because apparently it had a person in it.
What?
Yeah, apparently so. It was a friend of. Oh God, what's?
Well, I'm not surprised. It's supposed to be unmanned.
Yeah, but not in the rocket. But apparently,
okay.
in the audience that were watching, and apparently caught one of them, and apparently I don't know, something to do, some rules, or something, you can't do that. And apparently, so Twitter banned him. So you got Tim. What's his name? The
Tim Nice but Dim.
Oh, what's his name? Tim Dodds. Tim Dodds. The everyday astronaut. That's the one. I think
Easy for you to say.
Tim Dodds, yeah, apparently he's a friend of his, and they were doing it together. And apparently he used to be, or I don't know if he still is, used to be the official photographer for NASA, which is like a bit bizarre. So yeah, he got banned on Twitter. So Tim Dodds is trying to get him back again. But yeah, you get banned for all sorts of stupid.
But for having, well, I mean, if you're gonna ban images of people off Twitter, Twitter's fucked.
I know. I don't get it. I don't get it. That's what I don't understand. I mean, like, what the problem is? I have no idea.
They seem to be all right with my twerking videos. I don't know.
Oh God, that's not a horrible thought I want in my head. Please get out. DKG twerking. No,
yes,
please.
With my 3 glorious buttocks.
Count the one under your chin.
I take pictures of my bum and say parking for 2.
You could put a bra in your ass and get money, for the cleavage pics.
Hey, don't give away my secrets.
Just shave it first. Just shave it. They don't like hairy tits.
What's amazing is how I can manage to film that and play the guitar at the same time. You know the videos I'm talking about.
God, just for a second there, I thought I had a heart attack. I thought I left my mic on for the stream. I didn't, thank God. You weren't talking away there.
You're not allowed to have a heart attack anymore. Yeah.
No, we're not allowed.
You're a fucking Cyberman. Yeah.
Yeah. I've got a bionic heart now.
The power of 5G is within him.
You probably could 5G could probably literally affect my pacemaker, I reckon. I don't know.
Now when you wake up in the morning, do you start with a Apple boot up chime or a Windows boot up chime?
Not bloody Apple, I can tell you that much. I'm getting rid of it if it's Apple. Oh no, Apple shit me.
That's funny.
Yeah. We'll find out we'll find out at the end of the stream. When we say goodnight, see if you go ding 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 ding.
Oh, that's funny.
Almost, Dick.
Almost, yeah. So, did you find out, Matt? Is yours like, made in China, made in Taiwan? Like, does it have a Foxconn branding?
I did find it right enough. I managed to find the actual brand by the model number, because when you get one put in, you get like a little card. because if anything happens to you, you have to supposed to carry it around with you so they know exactly what's inside you.
Right, because if you're passed out and you can't get the card out of your wallet.
That's right. So yeah, I think I'm not 100% sure. I think it's made in the USA, but I can't be sure. I'm not 100% certain about that. I think it was a brand from the USA. Yeah.
Cool.
Talking of which, does it have a MAC address? The only reason I bring it up because recently there were some anti-vax numpties doing a stream, and they were talking about how the COVID vaccine was once you got the vaccine, it had a self-building circuitry that went into your arm, and it provided you with a MAC address.
Yeah. Yeah.
For some fucking reason, and obviously this circuitry you could detect with a magnet.
Well, I mean, I'm not being funny, but I mean, it's a bit of a weird conspiracy, isn't it? I mean, what would you be doing with it? I mean, yeah, but you hear what I'm saying. But why a MAC address? But I don't get it.
Because they think that it's tracking you and it's going to give you instructions over the internet and enable them to track you better, rather than like that cell phone that you carry around everywhere.
Yeah.
But does a much better job.
Let
me interject. Let me fill this story out a little bit more, because they were saying that it's the satellites are tracking the MAC address. Okay, because somehow satellites can detect MAC addresses from fucking thousands of miles away, and not only that, you have this basically two dopey women. Imagine, like, if people don't know, but you guys, Karen B. If I was talking about someone like Karen B, these guys know who I'm talking about.
Is that the dumbass that streams with Flat Earther? I'm Mark Sargent, and I'm a Flat Earther.
Yes. It's not her, but imagine two British dumb housewives like her who are just basically gibbering about their MAC address. I don't know how they're detecting their MAC addresses, but they were saying that, sometimes my MAC address changes. So then it's not a MAC address then, is it?
Yeah. But here, PJCnet, thank you. The MAC address crap was likely inserted by controlled op to distract people from the actual truth and attempt to undermine good information that they're covering up. Dear Lord, PJ.
So that's a conspiracy wrapped inside a conspiracy, then, basically. Or a conspiracy to put out a conspiracy to hide the real conspiracy.
Yes.
And
the world weeps.
Yeah. But do they know that we know that they know that they know that we know that we know that they know?
No, they don't know.
No.
No, they don't know. They know we don't know that we don't know, and let's deal with double negatives now.
But does anybody know that?
They might think that they know, but they don't know that we think that they might know and might know wrong. And we think differently.
But can we address one part of this that's ridiculous? Who cares if you have
one part?
All of it.
But I could have a MAC address. It still doesn't give me a connection to anything. It's just stupid. I have a hardware Mac on the Ethernet card to my computer, but if I don't plug something into it, it doesn't work. I have a hardware MAC address to the Wi-Fi of my computer, but I have to have a Wi-Fi, and then I have to connect. Like, it's people that don't even understand the technology that they're trying to insert into their arm, or fuck.
Well, I mean, if you saw the video that I saw of these two women, you'd be very, very quick to understand that they have no fucking clue of technology whatsoever.
I wonder if
they probably don't even know what a MAC address is. Then no clue.
Hey,
no clue.
DK, was it a YouTube channel called TrutherTube?
I'm not sure.
That's a contradiction in terms, right there.
Because it was on a channel who was discussing it. It wasn't the actual original source, so that's why I've not sent it to you. But it sounds like it.
I'll check because there's this channel called TruthorTube, and a little over a year ago, I don't know, it was like 11 o'clock at night, and I was just sitting around drunk, and I was looking for morons for the show, and I found their channel, and they had the little, come join us live link in the live chat. So I got Aimee and a couple people. I was like, watch this, and I joined them for like an hour, just wasted, pretending to be an idiot like them, and it was fucking hilarious.
I still think we should. I still think we should do that plan that we had originally. Do you remember when we were going to set up like a Discord or something, and then we were going to set up these fake characters, and we were going to put out some really ridiculous, stupid story about something or other, some real dirt. I really think, and see how long it takes to catch on.
Yeah,
but it's got to be kind of more believable than some of the like that one. That's just stupid. That's just dumb. We'll have to think it through a little bit more. That's kind of at least could be realistic, potentially.
Well,
I was
about
watching.
it. Yeah.
Go on.
Well, I mean, we're pretty adept at ripping their shit apart, so it should be really easy to make some up.
All right.
Yeah, I was watching Level Earth Observer's recent video about Artemis, where all he's got the picture of the Artemis up there, and he's just basically going, "Oh dear, dear, dear. Oh dear, 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 dear. Oh, and people believe this. Oh dear, 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 dear." It's just like I could do a Level Earth Observer type stream. Just put video up of what happens and just deny it really easily, and I'm sure I could do it if I wanted. I could be bothered.
You have to learn how to say, "Look at this tosh."
Yes, look at this tosh.
And then end the video.
Pantomime.
Yeah, end. Look at this tosh.
Impression artifact means not real.
Say which now? What? Did I miss something?
What?
Well, actually, he wouldn't say that, but he just points at compression artifacts and says it's not real.
Oh, on the latest one, he doesn't even do that. He didn't have nothing.
No.
He had nothing to talk about apart from the fact that he had this glorious image of Artemis with Earth in the background as it's flying towards the moon, and it was just basically saying, "Look at this. Just look at it. Look at it.
Yeah. Look at it. Therefore, it's fake." Look.
And then having a go at the young girl who's obviously just like narrating a script or whatever and fumbling over her words and saying, "Well, she can't even get a fucking script right." Blah 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 blah. Therefore, fake. That's it. That's what he's got.
I'm surprised he didn't point to the Superman movie because the Artemis program has been shelved for decades. They were planning it since the 1980s.
Yeah, it wasn't called Artemis though. It was just like a program to return to the moon, wasn't it?
But
Artemis
in the Superman movie, I think it was called Artemis.
On the Superman movie, yeah, maybe. But anyway, I mean, that's all that any of them have got. I mean, I had a you can't really call it a debate because I was in one of the, I think it was Geo's Discord, and SC Montreal posted a picture of that very same thing, that image with with the solar panels of the Orion spacecraft with the Earth in the background. And I said, "So what's wrong with this then?" And then he goes, "You tell me then." So I managed to actually force him. I said, "So is that fake or is it not? What do you think?" And he says, "Oh, it's fake as shit." I was like, "Okay, well, that's a positive claim then. What's your proof?" And of course, deflect, calls me an idiot, deflect. I'm laughing at you, deflect. But he wouldn't answer the question.
No, SC in Montreal. For people in the chat who don't know about this person, he's a fucking idiot.
I was a moron. I mean,
he's been so for years.
But he's very confident moron, isn't he? He's very confident. He's moronity.
Cocky.
Is that moronity? Is that a word? I don't know.
I've swapped words with that person in the past.
Oh yeah, he's easy though. He's simple, but he's simple in the head as well as anything else. Yeah. He's not. There's nothing clever about him at all. He's easy to debunk quite easily because he hasn't got a clue what he's talking about.
Well,
sorry, I was just going to say there was a time when he was saying, "Well, the rocket launches. There's no rocket launches with a view of looking forward. Bring forward lots of rocket launches with views looking forward." And then it goes, once you've filled that goalpost, goalpost gets moved. Well, there's nothing, no rocket launches where everybody's looking around 360 degrees. Well, no. Well, why would there be? But well, there you go. Therefore, it's fake.
I mean, there isn't really any footage of the camera pointing forward because I mean, what you're going to see? Clouds, darker, black.
Yeah.
It's a bit boring, isn't it? Nobody wants to see that. You know, you want to be looking down, like seeing the Earth disappearing away from you. But no, because I mean, don't forget, years ago, that's what they were asking before.
That's what I was going to say. They always bitch. There's no real shots of the Earth. Oh, why aren't the cameras pointed forwards? Because once we're trying to appease your punk ass, you stupid bitch. Make up your fucking mind. Jesus, you know.
That's right. Yeah, it was a few years ago before SpaceX came along. It was kind of like, oh, why isn't there footage of any rockets lifted up? We can see the Earth disappearing, blah blah blah, pointing downwards. And then they give them that, and then he can move the goalpost to something else.
Okay, can I read it? I read
please, yes, please.
The launch was dreadful. No live proof of a real launch into space at all. Just a switch to a CGI simulation once we saw a light in the sky. No live on board. Uncut footage. They're not doing it for you.
No doubt.
Fucking moron.
Yeah, PJ, you guys all think that NASA's doing their whole thing to lie and hide the truth, but they're actually doing their own thing. And the last thing they give a fuck about is 0.001% of the population that needs to go back to fucking grammar school.
And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anyway, because if there were more cameras and shit, and even a fucking cameraman in space filming as it went past, you still go, yeah, fake.
Yeah.
It makes no fucking difference.
I mean, not only do they not care about flat earthers, they don't give a flying fuck about me either.
No.
Why should they? You know?
I agree.
More things to worry about than people like me or PJC saying stupid shit.
They're launching probes and getting them into orbit around other planets, landing them and driving robots around to learn about other planets. Do you think they really care that somebody cries fake?
Of course I don't.
Yeah. This is kind of, as an amateur astronomer, this kind of shit really fucking pisses me off. Because there are amateur astronomers that if they're near a launch site, they'll track the fucking scope optically for days.
That's right.
Days. And here's
there's no switch to CGI.
I mean, here's the thing. Yeah, as it gets further away, it's going to take longer exposures and crap like that. Well, why don't they live stream it? Are you going to sit there and watch a live stream where the image only updates every 15, 20 seconds? Just so that you see a pixel of movement? No.
Yeah. Hey, once again, scale. Say it with me.
But by the way, as well, if you really wanted it, PJCnet, I can actually give you, and I know where there's a source of actual tracking data. And I'm talking about the raw data. I'm not talking about cameras. I'm talking about the raw data. That will back up everything that you see either on radar tracking or radio ham tracking or positional tracking from any country of the world. And radio hams probably are tracking it too. And it'll all match. I can give you that raw data. I can give you a link to it right now. And you can go, it wouldn't mean anything to you because it's just some dates and times and a whole load of numbers.
Yeah, that's a funny thing. I've done that in the past with flat earthers where I've sent them to the link of NASA's website that has all raw data, or even like the JAXA lunar orbiter thing, where they've got all the raw data. Everything is there for you, and go look at it, find the errors, come back to me. It's no point. It's like trying to give custard to a koala. I mean, no, koalas probably like custard. No, it doesn't make sense. What would be a better phrase? I don't know. I give up.
It's like trying to teach an ant how to drive a car.
There you go. That was it.
There.
Or at least pass the theory license.
But PJC, no. I mean, you can keep saying they switch into CGI all day long, but you've got no evidence, nothing whatsoever that you can prove that they're switching to CGI, that any of it's CGI. You can't prove it.
I'm going to hit the PJC. I'm going to hit the PJCnet button.
Shut up, Meg.
Of course. But when he's talking about CGI, he's talking about how they switch to a graphical representation of what the telemetry is giving them.
Oh, that okay, right.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah,
yes,
but that's
because
so what?
but what are they supposed to do?
Yeah.
I mean, God, if they used the Keck telescope in Hawaii, it would still be just this little itty bitty pixel like dot. The fuck?
I think PJCnet wants them to send a second rocket to trail the other rocket with a camera, but then even if they did that, right, then he'd demand a third rocket to make sure the other two rockets weren't cheating.
That's right. Oh, by the way, as well, there's been some more footage that's been released. There was a conference earlier on talking about, the approach and closest approach to the moon and the burn to do related to that and all that kind of stuff. And then in the conference, they played some more clips, which I've uploaded to my page, which I play periodically between the tracking as well. So it shows the separation of the Orion from the second stage, the ICPS stage. It shows the solar panels moving around and stuff like that, all kinds of different things. And again, we're going to get more and more footage. And you're going to have an awful time actually debunking all of it because it looks so terrible. It couldn't possibly be anything else other than real. do you see what I'm saying? It doesn't. You can't say it looks like CGI because you couldn't CGI it because it looks so shit. You know where I'm coming from?
Well, I don't know. You haven't seen my CGI.
But you got the lens flare from the sunlight and all kinds of different things going on. And reflection from debris and all kinds of shit. I mean, if somebody doing CGI, people would never think of getting all that crap on it or have the time to do it. It's just too detailed, It's shit.
Yeah, it's like if you hear a 9mm gun shoot in real life, you go, that doesn't sound like the movies.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh man. This stuff gets funny though, because I mean, seriously, not to be picking on you, PJ, or anything, but when it comes to, just, pushing it aside, brushing it aside and saying fake, you got to have something behind it to point out. Pointing out the switch to the, CGI'd image so that we could follow the telemetry and enjoy the view. Well, everybody knows that already. Right, because that's reality. You need to get your hooks into something a little bit more. And the incredulous deflection of, oh, well, of course that's fake. That gives you no credibility. You got to try to do better.
Yeah, not like they're ever going to get any credibility. Matt, are you going to read out that from Charlie?
Can you bring the Charlie one back up? That was. I like that one.
I thought you'd like that one more than me. Yeah, let you do that.
Yeah,
one.
bring the Charlie one back up. Where is it? Bring Charlie. Where are you, Charlie?
What are we talking about here?
Charlie. Oh. No, not the PGC now. I want Charlie back. Where's the Charlie?
The NASA means?
The NASA means that one. Yeah, whoever's doing the pop-ups.
Yeah, CF Beauty's got it. She's got like a 3-second delay or 4-second delay from us. So everything in this moment is going to be a little delayed, right?
What, is she on Artemis?
The image of the Earth was a multiple light sources with shadows. The image of the Earth has multiple. No, it doesn't. What are you on about? Multiple light sources with shadows.
He doesn't even know what he's talking about. He's repeating what other people have said.
I thought NASA would have made an effort to be honest with this one. The image of the Earth was multiple light sources with the shadows. Hey?
He was saying this earlier about Artemis itself.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, it doesn't know what he's talking about.
Anyway, so I think Charlie said NASA means doggy style in Swahili or something, didn't
it?
Yeah.
Maybe PJ was talking about how the pictures from the Artemis craft itself, how the stuff in shadows was still visible when it was close to the Earth. PJC, that's because the Earth reflects light as it just reflects light. It's got clouds, it's bright, it's just scattered light.
It's the same as the whole thing where they talk about shadows on the moon, proving the Apollo moon landings are fake. No, the NVIDIA Corporation with ray tracing and accounting for light reflections and blah, blah, and so on, completely did this in their supercomputer setup. And everything you see in the Apollo footage makes 100%. And this is, you know, NVIDIA, the graphics company, has nothing to do with NASA. If, like, you know, if you're going to start finding conspiracy there, you're just proving how much you're reaching, man. But the whole light sources thing, that's a very complex thing to be bringing up and washing away as fake, especially when it took, like, you know, some real computing power to show, no, it's true. But, you know, you guys always
could
ask.
illustrate that with the ray tracer. It's relatively easy. They just did a super detailed model.
Right, but the flat earthers are always saying, oh, blah, 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 you know, oh, you know, prove it to us, show us. But when people go out of their way and do this, they just go, oh, no, that's bullshit. You're just furthering the lie. Do you hear yourself? That gives no angle for anybody to ever go against your belief.
It really gets to the point, though, Dick. Like you say, it's like, if you want us to help you, why do we bother? Why make us put any fucking effort in to help you out if you're just going to be a dumb fuck in the background?
The people went and proved the lighting. People have put cameras looking back at the Earth as the rocket goes up, and it's never, ever enough. Because, PJ, the real problem is you just don't trust anybody with a higher education and a position of a bit of authority. Every one of them is a corrupt liar to you. And as such, nobody can ever pull you out of this. You know, Loki.
Yet one of the things going on with the whole shadows and lighting and crap like that, where he's talking about the whole Artemis and all. Here's the thing. And this is what none of the space deniers ever get right when they do photo forensics. You're dealing with a white object. Okay. Every square millimeter of that white object reflecting light counts as an additional light source.
Yeah.
So the shadows are never what you would normally expect.
Exactly.
PJC, I have a Great Pumpkin video, right? The lights in the foreground with the penguin and the cat are not bright enough to really illuminate the Great Pumpkin. There's just one sunlight there. And somehow you can actually see parts of the pumpkin that are in shadow because it's bouncing, light is being simulated bouncing off the environment.
Well, this goes back to what DKG was saying about practical effects. You shoot practical effects in natural light because you can't simulate all those millions of freaking sources of light.
Exactly.
Yeah. Do you know this?
Don't give away, because now he's going to say, "Oh, yeah, now they're shooting the all the NASA footage of Artemis in natural sunlight in a studio in it's just going to go down the fucking rabbit hole." But the thing is, he was saying, someone in the chat was talking about Mythbusters, and so PJ goes, "Mythbusters, lol, yeah, like they're impartial." What the fuck? What? Are Mythbusters now like Freemason, Nazi, Jews, all in the whole, New World Order thing? What the
Illuminati.
What is going wrong with your fucking brain to really go down this kind of like shit? You really are. You need to see some fucking help.
That's ridiculous.
The Mythbusters. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. That's right.
The Mythbusters would have been the kind of people that they would have hired if they faked it, and the Mythbusters could not fake it.
It goes beyond trying to even make fucking sense anymore. It's just like, mad guy on a keyboard doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Blah 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 blah. Here he goes again. Earth is flat. NASA lies. Oh, shut up.
Do you know there's one very simple thing that kind of, for me, is a bit like the smoking gun that kind of debunks this sort of bullshit about the moon landings being done in a studio. And I never thought about this, and it's so simple, it's ridiculous. Some people might have already thought about it, but there's a guy, it's a photographer. He was doing YouTube videos about his photography, and he's testing different products related to photography and all kinds of different gadgets and things. But then he started picking up on the moon landing hoax thing. And he made a video the other day, and he said this, and why I didn't think of this to begin with. The shadows that you see on the moon, they're all very sharp and defined. The only time that can possibly happen is when the light source is very far away. And you could do this at home. You get yourself a torch, put your hand in front of it, move your hand further and further away from the shadow, from the light source, and the shadow gets sharper. But it never really gets that sharp because it's always going to be soft. So if you're in a studio, the light sources are going to be close by, and therefore the edges of the shadows are going to be soft, not sharp and defined. Simple, so easy. I just never thought of it, and you can prove that at home. You can do it yourself. Yep. It's so. I never thought of that. I really don't know why, but it's kind of like bingo, isn't it? You know, it's like eureka moment.
Well, here he brought up he says this, and I just. Come on. What do you think would happen to Mythbusters if they said the moon landings were fake? Do you really think it would still be bought by Discovery, which is owned by Warner Brothers? PJ, why would a couple of educated people ever say that? Do you hear yourself?
And by the way, PJ, have you seen Ancient Aliens? Have you seen the fucking thing about the mermaid that just made up shit? Or the dragons live. It's television. What the fuck are you talking about? They make up shit all the time and it goes out. So, honest to God.
Toad has a great member message. So if a number 1, it's a Riley, and is a number 2 a PJC?
Either that or a Pratt.
It's from this day forth.
Does Daddy's little boy need to go PJ? Oh dear God, that's funny. What do you mean there's no way they would be impartial? Your belief that other people have so much power over others, PJ CNET, is remarkably insane. There's been so many people through the years stand up against their employers and say blah, blah, and yada, yada, and so on. And if the Mythbusters had called out Discovery and said, no, we're not going to do this episode because you're trying to make us sell a lie, then the next network would have just picked them up in a moment and gave them a raise. It's an absolute win. You just don't even see it.
And there's plenty TV shows that actually imply that NASA faked the moon landings. There's plenty TV shows out history. There. Yeah. History. Yeah, that's a joke.
It used to be good. Now it sucks.
Yeah, it used to be actually about history, but then once they've told us all in 3 different ways, they just needed more shows. You know. Yeah, Aaron, exactly. It's a simulation. Yeah, probably one written by, I don't know, like kindergartners trying to learn Lego programming.
Yeah, it was on a ZX81 with 1K.
Yeah. Amazing enough, though, somebody actually programmed a working chess on that computer. I still blows me away.
Yeah,
I've got a thing on the the header banner on the YouTube channel that you have. I've put it up on my channel. It says conspiracies are a perennial favorite for television producers because there is always a receptive audience. Michael Shermer said that apparently, and that's absolutely true. And that's becoming very apparent now, isn't it? Like you said, you look at the History Channel and various other programs that are kind of all looking into conspiracies and things like that. You know, ancient aliens and all that bollocks and ghosts. I mean, have you seen the amount of programs are on TV now about bloody ghost hunters now? Have you seen them? Mm-hmm. Fucking hundreds of them.
Starsky said that's what they got in Russia. Just everything is conspiracies, aliens, all sorts of bullshit.
Yeah.
Well, the ghost hunting things are easy because all you need to do is put people
in your pants.
dark environment and have like some producer or some runner in the background move a chair and goes, and you go, oh, did you hear that? And, and that's it. That's a whole show. That's an hour of television fulfilled. No problem whatsoever.
It's bad.
And here's the
but just to go on what you were talking about here a second ago, Matt, which was quite funny because they were still airing shows on like channels like the History about the alien autopsy, even after
it was already debunked.
Well, not only debunked, but the guys came forward and said, "Yeah, we faked it."
Yeah. Here, let's do the honesty meter on the History Network. Not looking good.
No! Whoops.
Now, I've got a feeling that poll is rigged. I'm not too sure about that. But,
Liar.
But we only use it when it would actually be an accurate description.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you ever get? Have you ever had this? I mean, I've had this a number of times now. And I had it asked. The question was asked to me. Oh, you're a globalist. Do you believe in the government? Then I'm like, what? What do you mean? Do I believe? Yeah, I've had that a few times. So you believe in the government, don't you? What do you mean? Do I believe in the government? Do I believe the government exists, or do I believe in them? Like I think you're all brilliant, fantastic, great. What do you mean?
it's such a nonsensical argument.
It is, isn't it? And it's because they think that we all believe everything the government says. No, I fucking don't. The government can be lying bastards quite a lot of the time. If they haven't lied today to you, they haven't had the cup of coffee yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Governments lie all the fucking time.
Well, the British government have just raised taxes. Well, I don't believe it, so I'm not going to pay it.
I mean, you got to think to yourself, okay, well, yeah, governments do lie. Absolutely, they lie. But sometimes they've got to, for whatever reason, particularly for military purposes. But exactly like you said, DKG, I'm not going to believe they're raising taxes. Well, what are you supposed to believe and what don't you believe? Where do you draw the line and say, well, this is truth and this isn't truth?
The line is drawn on your own belief system. It's basically religion.
That's it. Exactly. It's all belief. I don't believe the government. Okay, fine. Don't believe the government then.
Well,
it's like I don't believe in math. Okay, well, how are you going to work out your change when you go to the shop? Where does it stop? What point does it go from math? Math is not reality to math is reality. Where is that line? Where do you draw it?
Matt,
it's in understanding.
No, I won't calm down. I won't calm down. No.
Calm thy titties. Because what's interesting is my wife does not follow flat Earth or any of those sort of arguments whatsoever. But she does mention it to me when she comes across stuff. And she was talking about the other day where she came across this thing where they had these flat earthers talking about NASA and how NASA lies, and they'll prove it by showing you NASA documents. That's one of the classic examples of flat Earth hypocrisy and just idiocy. Yeah.
Actually, I can tell you that when you go to school, it's not that they lie to you. It's that when you're at a certain level, they give you something simplified so that you can grasp a concept, and then later they break it to you. That's kind of the way it is, but that's not really the way it is. But if we told you the way, like when you're in high school or your first few classes of college, they want you to think well, not my college, depending upon when you enter, what level you enter, but they start giving you these little simple diagrams of molecules. That's not the way it is. That's not the way they're shaped, but it's something that you can grasp. And then when you get enough knowledge, you learn how it really is. And then you realize that they don't actually know 100% really anything, but like 99.99% they do know.
I must admit, though, I don't remember doing double government at school. I mean, did you do that at school, Matt? Before physical education, double government.
Yeah, I
where
had double government on a Tuesday. Yeah,
where they tell us all the lies of the government, they don't tell us the lies. They're telling us the truth. So they teach us, make sure we're brain dead. And
double government to actually, so you can actually figure out when they're lying or not.
Yeah,
they teach you how to tell whether the government are lying.
Yeah.
Look, the real conspiracy about education is when do you really have to move your clothes to the lower fucking peg?
Sadly, we're having that in America with education, where you have one group of people who wants to run for office, and they're like, oh, teaching kids about the way the Civil War really was, that the Confederacy wasn't great, and then laying bare the honest truth about slavery and all that. They want to shelter the kids from it because somehow they think the kids are damaged from the history, but not teaching the kids the history will damage them. It's really horrible, actually.
Yeah, which really ties into the whole saying those that don't learn history are doomed to repeat it.
Yeah, there you go. I'm just looking at the time here. I think we're pretty close to doing a little wrap-up roundtable action. I can't go late tonight for sure, absolutely, because I have to run out really quick as soon as we're done and then run home because I don't want to be outside in the cold for long. But such is life. Sometimes it happens. So who wants to play the host here? DK, do you want to play host?
Run. Yeah, you run. I don't believe you. That's a fucking lie for a start. I'm calling it a lie.
There's beer out there.
You.
There's beer outside.
Yeah, no, I still wouldn't run. That's fucking bullshit.
We know you float on your own in your own levitating state. Yeah.
Oh, I just let my ego inflate my head, and I can literally just glide to where I want to be.
Mr. Mackey.
Shut up, Dick. We're doing round table. It's not your turn. Right. We're going to say goodnight, everybody. So we're going to go round the roundy table. We're going to start with Commander 401, since you were interrupting me. Go on, stick your flipper up and beak off what you want to beak about.
Great night, everybody, and come by tomorrow for the Starsky stream. I'm actually going to get a video out tomorrow. Yay! And, well, have a good night.
Good night, Commander 401. And next up on the little roundy table, Lokifish Marz. Are you there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm always here. Where else would I be? I mean, you guys have me chained to the table, for fuck's sake. But other than that, I had a great time tonight.
But the only reason why we changed it to the table is because the table is valuable. We don't want anyone stealing it.
The keys under the rug, Loki.
The keys in the bowl with all the other keys. We're not going to that right now.
Trailer Park Madness.
Matt. The streamer king of Artemis.
Yeah, my teachers lied to me. My next door neighbor lied to me. My parents lied to me. All my cousins lied to me. The government's lied to me. The local government lied to me. My local MP lied to me. Everybody's lying to me. I'm so confused. I don't know what's true, what isn't. I'm going to have a mental breakdown. Bye.
Yeah, and you know that time I said you were very, very pretty?
Liar.
Yeah. Dick Dawson, it's up to you now to round us out with the show.
Oh, God. Okay. Well, first off, Commander Sulu himself has a quick message for PJ.
Your intellect is as weak as your dollar. Failure is your destiny. You disrespect yourself and your nation. You are made of stupid.
I love that one. It's one of my favorite ones. PJ likes it too, so it's all in fun. But yeah, great chat tonight and whatnot. Remember to contact your local visual effects artist and plead for them to support models.
Especially ones with long legs and nice tits.
Yeah, I like those models.
Yeah, absolutely. But on that note, DK, say something and we'll hit a button or two.
Anything.
Something.
No.
Disappointed. Go.
Good night, fellow babies.
Good night.
Not all.
Jesus Christ, what am I doing with these folks?